deciding to sign Social Security Fairness Act into law. We begin with national matters. President Bola Tinubu has departed Abuja today for Accra, the capital of the Republic of Ghana, to attend the inauguration of President-elect John Dramani Mahama, scheduled to hold on Tuesday, January the 7th. This was revealed in a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, noting that Tinubu's trip to Accra is at the invitation of the President-elect, who had visited the Nigerian leader earlier in December. Mahama, who served as the 12th President of Ghana between 2011 and 2017, was re-elected in December 2024. In another development, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised that his administration will complete the Eastern Rail line connecting Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. The president gave the assurance during an interactive session with Southeast leaders during his official visit to Enugu State over the weekend. The president also pledged that his administration would support the development of the Anambra Basin as a significant energy reserve for the country. The basin is estimated to hold up to 1 billion barrels of oil and 30 billion cubic feet of gas. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing cybersecurity and safeguarding the integrity of the nation's financial system. The Deputy Governor of Financial System Stability, Philip Ikezu, made these statements in Lagos during his opening remark at the fourth quarter general meeting of the Nigerian Electronic Fraud Forum, with a theme: social engineering, financial fraud, and cybersecurity in Nigeria. The Deputy Governor, who was represented by the Deputy Director, Banking Supervision Department, Adekunle Adeniji, highlighted the rapidly evolving digital financial landscape and the urgent need for constant innovation to ensure the Nigerian payment system is secure and resilient. He observed that as digital transactions become more prevalent, the sophistication of threats targeting them also increased. He highlighted social engineering fraud as a particularly deceptive and damaging form of financial crime that posed growing risks to financial stability and individual security by exploiting the trust and confidence inherent in the payment system. Now, away from national matters, the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, has pledged that his administration will be driven by utmost dedication, selflessness, and love, assuring that the government would operate an inclusive, transparent, and accountable system that will prioritize the overall welfare and best interests of the people of the state. He made this known during the 2025 first working day prayer meeting held at the governor's office in Akure. Governor Ayedatiwa expressed gratitude to God for the successes recorded in the past year despite the challenges. He urged public servants and political office holders to remain loyal and committed to the vision of a vibrant Ondo state. We move to the FCT, where the Transmission Company of Nigeria has announced the rationing of power supply for Abuja Electricity Distribution Company customers in parts of the FCT between January 6th and January 20th, 2025. TCN's General Manager Public Affairs Ndidi Umba made the announcement in a statement in Abuja on Saturday. Umba said the rationing will be due to the Federal Capital Development Authority road dualization project along the Apo axis. She stated that 8 number 132 kilovolt and 33 kilovolt towers would be relocated along the Kokwaba and Apo 132 kilovolt line outer Southern Expressway route. Umba listed the areas to be affected to include Kubwa, Karu, Mararaba, Nyanya, Masaka, Kefi, Kokwaba, and Apo Mechanic. The power rationing will also affect parts of Lugbe, Trademore Estate, Piakasa, Sabon Lugbe, Chika, and Aleita axis. In an unfortunate incident, a devastating gas explosion occurred on Sunday at Big Tree Orazi in Port Harcourt, leaving over 20 persons, including children, severely burned. The incident has sent shock waves through the community, with many of the victims receiving treatment at the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. The cause of the explosion is still unknown, but a relative of some of the victims revealed that the owner of the gas retailing shop was also conducting welding activities at the site. We take a pause here. News stories from the build sector are up next. Stay with us.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Glad to have you join us on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. The Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has allocated 6,345,650,913 naira for road infrastructure in its 2025 executive budget recently presented by President Bola Tinubu. The budget revealed the ministry's priorities across various sectors, including the construction and provision of office buildings at 11.65 billion naira, residential buildings at 23.84 billion naira, water facilities at 1.08 billion naira, hospitals and health centers at 380 million naira, public schools at 682 million naira, and other infrastructure projects at 25.36 billion naira. Expressing concerns that the housing problems in the nation require at least 550,000 housing units annually over the next 10 years to close the deficit, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dengiwa, pledged his commitment to tackling housing and other related infrastructure deficits. Dengiwa asserted that the ministry has achieved significant progress under the Renewed Hope agenda. In addition to new constructions, the budget allocated 10.37 billion naira for rehabilitation and repairs, ensuring the longevity of existing structures. Now, the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development in Rivers State, Evans P.P. Sunday, said no death was recorded in a collapsed three-story building in Ikwere local government area of the state. The Commissioner on Sunday, in a statement by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Emeka Idika, said the affected building under construction collapsed on Saturday, January the 4th, 2025. He said the timely rescue mission by the ministry and that of the special duties, alongside other joint efforts, averted the loss of lives as victims were taken to the hospital for medical care. The Commissioner said no fewer than 7 persons sustained various degrees of injuries in the incident. The Lagos State government has said it is committed to the ongoing renewal of infrastructure on the Lagos Island. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, on Sunday, led officials of the ministry to inspect the alignments for the drains and collectors to be reconstructed. While speaking with newsmen, the Commissioner said the inspection was brought about by the need to assess the situation on ground before the commencement of the urban regeneration project. Wahab said urban renewal across Lagos Island has become necessary in order to effectively address the problem of flooding, which has posed a serious threat to lives and properties in the area. To wrap up Housing TV News at the top of the hour, on the foreign scene, President Joe Biden is set to sign into law the Social Security Fairness Act to boost current and former public employees, affecting nearly 3 million people who receive pensions from their time and in other public service jobs. Advocates says the act rights a decades-old disparity, though it will also put stern on Social Security trust funds, which face a looming insolvency crisis. The bill reclined 2 provisions, the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. that limits Social Security benefits for recipients if they get retirement payments from other sources, including public retirement programs from a state or local government. The Congressional Research Service estimated that in December 2023, there were 745,679 people, about 1% of all Social Security beneficiaries, who had their benefits reduced by the government pension offset. About 2.1 million people, or about 3% of all beneficiaries, were affected by the windfall estimation provision. The Congressional Budget Office estimated in September that eliminating the windfall elimination provision would boost monthly payments to the affected beneficiaries by an average of $360 by December 2025. That's the much we can take on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. Tinubu attends Ghana President-elect. Biden to sign Social Security Fairness Act into law.